Good morning, boys and girls. Today is your reading day, so I'll be finishing chapters 4 through. We'll just stop wherever, just kind of let it flow today. Following up from last week. Rafi, I asked you a question. What in the world do you think you're doing? I shook my head to clear my thoughts. I blinked a couple of times and realized, of course, that I wasn't in the outer reach of space. It was just the out of reach hallway at school. I hadn't been plotting a spaceship at all. It was just my new skateboard. I've been itching all day to try it out on the super smooth hallway after school let out. And even though I hadn't just been nabbed by a hostile alien species, I was in danger. Big time, because I crashed my boy right into the last person on earth you want to. Also known as my principal, Mrs. Sticker. On second thought, Mrs. Sticker said, I don't care what you think you're doing, just march. Less than a minute later, I was back in the principal's office again and waiting for my latest punishment again. I don't want to brag, but Hill Village Middle School had a detention hall of fame. They practically had to name it after me. So I was pretty sure about what was coming next, but I was wrong. Rafi, today just might be a lucky day, Mrs. Sticker told me. Normally, I'd give you at least 5 detentions for a stunt like that. However, I want to offer you a deal. Excuse me, I said. The thing is, Mrs. Sticker doesn't do deals. Not unless you buy one detention, get detention free counts. It sounded like you just said you wanted to offer me a deal, I told her. But that can't be right. You heard me correctly, Mrs. Sticker said. You're in the rare moment you actually might be of assistance to me. For once in your life, extraordinary, I know. Here's your choice. You can either report to detention every Tuesday for the next 5 weeks, or I'll take the other thing. I said it didn't matter what it was. If I got another month worth of detention, my brain was going to shrivel up and die of boredom. Seriously. Very well, she said, and got up to go. Follow me. Where are we going? I asked. Across the street to the elementary school, she said, and I thought, did I just get myself back to 5th grade? Maybe Mrs. Stickers was so sick of me, she was sending me back to my old school. But it wasn't that either. Mrs. Melendez broke her leg slipping on a ketchup spill in the cafeteria today, Mrs. Sticker said. I've been asked to find a substitute teacher for the school arts program that's going to be you. Seriously? I said, I can't believe you want me to teach anything. I don't. But I'm a bit of a pinch at this late hour. Wow, that must be some pinch. I mean, I know something about art. It's my best subject in school, actually. It's my only good subject in school. But still, I'm about as far from being a teacher as you can get. I'm more like the kid who makes teachers wish they'd chosen some other profession. Not that I was arguing. I mean, 1 hour of teaching arts to little kids in exchange for 5 hours of detention, that was a good deal. Besides, it was too late to turn back now. Operation Nuclear Substitute Teacher was underway. Chapter 5. You will stick to the basic paint, drawing, or clay, Mrs. Sticker said while we walked double time over to the elementary school. You will give the students an assignment they can take home at the end of the hour, and you will have responsibility or you will be sent back to detention. Have you got that? Got it, I said. Good, because here we are, she said. We were standing outside a closed classroom door. On the other side was someone moving furniture and breaking things. And I heard yelling too. Lots and lots of yelling. What's that noise? I asked. That, she told me, is your class. But how? Good luck, she said. I had a feeling of rest. The sentence was something like, because you're going to need it. But Mrs. Stickers didn't stick around long enough for me to find out. So I reached out, opened the art door room, and It was like being punched in the face by a tornado made of third graders. Okay, guys, I called out. Everyone come over here and sit down and listen up. I'll give you 4 guesses of what happened after that. Everyone came over here. Everyone sat down. Everyone listened up. D, none of the above. If you guessed D, you win. Meanwhile, I hadn't even started and I was already losing. I could just smell those tensions getting closer. So what do I do next? I move on to plan B. Of course, I reached out and pushed. I reached. Sorry, guys, I lost my place. I reached out and pushed the big red button on the wall, the one marked School by 2000 Automated System, the only using emergency. Then I let the automatic system do the rest. A secret panel slide opened in the ceiling. 12 metal frisbees with embedded homing devices fly out, hover in the air, waiting for their first command. Fetch, I tell them, and like that, they move into their target, each one attaching itself to the butt of a children. Different butt of a child. System engaged, the system tells me, which means I'm ready for plan B. Phase 2. What's going on? A little kid asked. Can you get this thing off me? Another said, proceed to phase 2, I tell the system. A loud humming noise fills the air as the electric magnet in the art room seat buzzes to life. Hey, another kid says as he's pulled across the room by the back of his pants. What's happening? Another asked. Just before, clunk, his metallized rear end attached to the magnet of his chair, followed by 11 orders. Clunk, clank, clunk, bump. And just like that, I've taken control of my class. Not bad for the first time substitute, huh? The only problem being, of course, that I wasn't so lucky. But you already knew that, didn't you? In fact, I was still just standing there wondering how to get 12 kids to sit down, make art, and keep me from landing in middle school prison every Tuesday for the next 5 weeks, which meant it was time for real plan B. So I did what older brothers have done for all eternity. Whenever they need to get something done, hey, I yelled in Big Brother voice, everybody pipe down and find a seat or I'm going to be held responsible for what happens next. That used to work with my little sister Georgia every time. It doesn't matter anymore, but it sure got these kids' attention. I actually meant what I said, and after that, everything went just great for about 20 seconds. Now that I had your attention, I passed out paper, paint, and toothbrushes and paintbrushes to get the kids going. Maybe this wasn't going to be so hard after all. Okay, guys, here's what you're going to do, I said. I want you to paint a picture of your house. That's so boring, one kid said. I hate painting, another kid said. I can paint something else, someone asked. No, that's the assignment, and that's that. I really did sound like a teacher now, which was kind of depressing, but I couldn't afford to mess around. Any questions? I asked. And one girl hand shot up. What's your name? Melinda, she asked. She said, thanks for raising your hand, Melinda. I said, and what's your question? Where's Jake? Who's Jake? Another kid, Jake. I still don't know which one was Jake. So I did a quick head count and 12 students and came up with 11 heads. Did anyone see Jake? I asked, and all 11 hands went up. Great. Who saw where he went? All 11 hands went back down. Oh man, I didn't know how many dishes I would get for losing an actual kid, but something told me it was more than 5. Okay, I thought, don't panic. You've got this. Everyone just wait here, I said right before I realized that probably wasn't a good idea. Actually, everyone come with me, I said right before I realized that wasn't such a good idea either. The second we left the room, all 11 were going to sprint off into 11 different ways. So I thought of something else. Change of plans. I said, everyone give me your shoelaces. For what? The faster you give me the shoelaces, the sooner you'll find out. It took a few more minutes after that, but pretty soon I was ready to go. All right, people, let's move out. I told them, keep your eyes peeled and your mind sharp. Operation Find Jake at all costs is a go. Chapter 7, Hide and Seek and Seek and Seek. We turned that school upside down. We went up the hallway shouting for Jake and looking in every room, every open room. We checked the boys' bathroom, we checked the girls' bathroom, we checked the music room, the auditorium, the gym, the locker room, and the underside of all buses in the parking lot. No Jake. By the time we headed back to the art room, it was 4:40. It was 4:15 and exactly 15 minutes to find Jake and the kids to get some art before the parents showed up. Either that or leave town and never show up the face in Hill Village again. But then it turned out I didn't have to decide. Because when we got back, there was Jake sitting at one of the tables. "Where have you guys been?" he asked. "Where have we been? Where have you been?" He pointed down under the table, taking a nap, he said. "We had subtraction today and math makes me really sleepy." And while I could relate to the math part, I didn't have time to be mad. I now had 14 minutes left, and the kids were already getting crazy again. I had to yank one of them off the windowsill just before he could climb outside, and that's when it hit me. These kids were 12 little Raphaels running around like crazy, getting into trouble, and just about impossible to focus. So I needed something to get their attention. Something that would have gotten my attention when I was their age. And that's when my brain went storm. And I knew what we were going to do. "Okay, guys," I told them, "we don't have much time, so I have a new idea. I want you to paint me instead." "Boring," the kids said at the same time. "It's even more boring than painting a house." "No, it's not." I said, "I see. I don't think you're getting my drift. Let me try that again." Okay. Well, that's going to be all for today, guys. Please tell me what you think he meant when he said, to paint him. What do you think he meant when he said to paint?